Welcome to another episode of Yearbook Avenue 101. Today's topic is creating Yearbook Avenue logins on the new 2015 Yearbook Avenue so that your staff can get to work. Before you go to Yearbook Avenue, we recommend that you create a list of your entire yearbook staff that includes their first and last names, their email addresses, a login for each staff member, and a password. For student logins, we want to suggest that you use the same login that they use when they sign into your school's network. For their passwords, you can use any password you like, but it must have at least 6 characters and 1 number. You will also need to designate their role on the yearbook staff. This will give them access and permissions to different parts of the Yearbook Avenue website. Once you have this list, then log into Yearbook Avenue as the yearbook advisor. When you reach the home page, click the Plan menu and choose the second item down, Staff. This screen will open. In all likelihood, you will see your name as well as any other co-advisors that were carried over from last year. Now let's add some new staff members. Click the Add Staff button in the upper right-hand corner. When you reach this Create Staff page, if you already have your list, you can type in the first person on it. That person's probably your editor. After you finish inputting the editor's information, you will choose his or her role on the staff from the drop-down menu, in this case, Editor. When you do, a set of permissions will become visible. These permissions are new for 2016. They are designed to give you much more control over what each student can view, see, and do on the Yearbook Avenue website. Next to each permission is a plus sign. Click each plus sign and turn the permissions on and off for the person you are adding. In our example, we are adding our editor, Joe McDonald. So we will give him access to quite a few items under the Images permissions. But we're not going to give him the ability to download photos or upload directly to replay it. In the Page Designer, we want to let only the advisors move pages, so we turn that off. In the Plan section, we want Joe to add the rest of the staff, so we turn that on as well as letting him choose fonts, set styles, create calendar events, and select colors. In the Ladder section, we want him to be able to see the ladder, assigning deadlines and staff to the pages, edit section and page descriptions, but we don't want to give them the ability to lock or unlock pages or hide and unhide them. We want to reserve those for the advisor. Lastly, in the Create section, we want to give him the ability to create the index and surveys, as well as edit the names on the coverage report and merge duplicate names. You should note that the default permissions for each role are the same whenever you create a new staffer. If there's something you don't want your staffers to be able to do, you will need to change that particular permission each time. Once we are done with Joe's permissions, we click the blue Save button. This will return us to the staff page where we can continue to add staff. Since we gave Joe permission to do that, we're going to let him finish the rest. If for any reason you should need to change a staff member's information or for some reason to delete them, return to this page, scroll down and find their names, and do one of 4 things you can do to the right of the name. You can view the activity for that staff member, edit their information, delete them permanently, or make that person active or inactive. The View item is especially important. Anytime you want to see what that staffer has been working on lately, come to this page and click Activity. It will show you this list of what that person has been doing on the Yearbook Avenue website. Obviously, since we just added Joe, he hasn't done anything yet. But as he works on the yearbook, this list will fill up. One last thing before we leave this page. Please note the Email All link in the menu bar. If you click that link and you have entered email addresses for each staff member, you'll be able to email your entire staff with announcements or reminder just with one click.